Hey, what's up, guys? Terrell here for Terrell Game Vlog. So the first debate just finished between Mr. Trump and Miss Clinton, and I was gonna just make a video talking about my thoughts on the debate, and then I realized, oh wait, it's the fucking debate, meaning we'll have the people who come out for Trump, we'll have the people that come out for Clinton, and then we have the people who probably get on my nerves the fucking most, and it's so fucking bad this time around. And it's the motherfucker says it doesn't matter anyway because they're both shit anyway. They're just shit for different reasons. And so those are the motherfuckers like, well, you guys got to stop voting. So you guys shouldn't vote. Motherfuckers have yet to explain to me how the fuck not voting helps the situation, like at all. And this shit pisses me off because I got people on my fucking friends list who do this shit. Oh, well, you shouldn't vote at all. Why the fuck not? Why in the fuck should I follow your lead and not vote at all? What benefit does that give me? Because then I run the risk of shit happening exactly the way I don't want it to, and me realizing that I could have contributed from that not happening. Because everybody wants to act like, well, Hillary is a fucking corporate shill and Trump is a racist piece of shit. Therefore, neither of them deserve my vote, so I'm not going to vote at all. I swear to God, shut the fuck up about not voting. If you're not voting, why the fuck are you watching the debates? Why the fuck are you running around on Twitter and then on Facebook and on these social media sites talking about how they're both pieces of shit and you shouldn't vote? What the fuck do you gain? Nothing. You think, oh well, we gotta stop voting for these bad candidates. One of these fuckers is still gonna be it'd be a different story if not voting meant anything. But it doesn't. You're essentially trying to create a system randomly. And granted, people always do this shit. People only do this shit around election time. They'll casually start mentioning, and obviously you have the Hillary supporters. You have the people in the Hillary camp who don't want to be in the Hillary camp because they want to support Bernie Sanders. But Bernie Sanders was losing. Therefore, Bernie Sanders just dropped out and everyone kind of took that L and they were like, well, if Bernie Sanders is gone, I'm not voting. Why would you do that? Why would you, when it's gotten to the point where Trump has been able, and granted, it's not like we've had great presidents before. Let's be realistic about it. People like that, like, oh, it's such a bad situation. Guys, it's almost the same situation as it was with Barack versus Mitt Romney, or maybe Barack versus McCain. They were both bad opponents for him because they were both fucking bad. The only difference is that in terms of bad compared to Mitt Romney and McCain, fucking Trump is worse. Like, look, Hillary may have her problems, but realistically, if you think Trump is a piece of shit, don't. If you have a preference where you think that America would at least be better with one of them, even because realistically, people are like, oh, you're picking the lesser of two evils. Yeah, because people are inherently good. Everybody makes mistakes. Even good people make mistakes. They ain't got shit to do whether you're good or wrong. You got to look at these two individuals and look and go, one of these people are going to be president. Regardless if I vote or not, one of these people are going to be president. And if I have a clear distinction of which one will probably be better for this country than the other, then you should have a fucking duty to sit there and fucking vote. And if you're not going to vote, fine. But I don't need you running around every time a fucking debate happens or any type of campaign or shit. And people would just like to talk during election time anyway about how shit everything is and how we're fucked regardless. But do they offer any solutions? No, they just tell you how shit everything is. Shut the fuck up. I'm so motherfucking done with hearing people tell me how everything is fucked because the two candidates we have are fucked. But you don't offer me any motherfucking solution other than not voting. But you never go through any explanation of explaining to me why not voting means so goddamn much. When why the fuck they do this? Because they don't have a fucking reason. They just say, oh, you just shouldn't vote. And then you run the risk of shit going the way nobody wants it to go. Or at least most people don't want to go. It's, look, based on the debate I've seen tonight, Hillary pretty much just stayed where she was at, and Trump may have gone down, but realistically, Trump has been about as consistent with himself throughout this entire fucking campaign. The way Trump acted tonight was around the way he acts every fucking night. And here's the fucking thing. If his supporters didn't leave him in the beginning, why the fuck would they leave him now? And if that's the case, that means Hillary is already gonna have a problem convincing those people, because those people just don't give a fuck. If they've been sticking with Trump this long, it's gonna take a lot of shit to get them to change sides. Meaning Hillary needs to gain the people who ain't voting's vote. And the problem is motherfuckers don't want to vote for Hillary because not because they don't like Hillary, not because they don't think Hillary is a better choice, but because it doesn't matter anyway because you're both pretty terrible in your own rights. And I'm sitting there going, so you inherently believe that Hillary is inherently is just as bad, if not worse, as Trump, and it wouldn't matter whether Hillary or Trump was in office. And most of you who aren't voting don't believe that. You said I'm pretty sure most of the people who say that shit inherently would rather have Hillary instead of Trump, or even if it's not that way, even if it's people who think that Trump inherently would be a better person than Hillary. You're not voting for those people, therefore you're running into a situation where your person of choice could lose because you chose not to vote because you thought you were making a fucking stand that you only make sometimes. You make sometimes when you feel like it's justified. But see, here's the fucking thing I find funny. These are the people who won't vote for Hillary or Trump because they think they're both shitty competitors. But here's the thing. At least you had black people who were voting for Obama just because of his race. Now, obviously, some people voted for Obama because of his policies. But a lot of motherfuckers voted for Obama just because he was a black man running for presidency. It was the same. It was just as stupid of a thing to do. But guess what? That got him elected. That helped him get elected. I'm not gonna say it was a defining factor, but that got him elected. At least their ignorance benefited that motherfucker. Your ignorance does nothing but hurt not only yourself, but potentially the rest of the fucking country. Because the person that you think would be the best choice, you won't vote for because you think that he's shit. And then you run around on fucking Twitter and Facebook like assholes talking about how you shouldn't vote. But you never give a fucking reason why I shouldn't vote other than that they're both bad. Nigga, you realize how often every day people have to choose between the lesser of two evils? Most situations in life are unfair and cruel and mean as fuck and don't benefit nobody. But guess what? You still got to make the fucking decision, because if you don't get anywhere in life. You sometimes got to choose between working for McDonald's or working at Kroger's. Neither one of them are fucking great jobs, but you got to pick one, and you got to pick one that you think you can upgrade and go into a higher level in. There's nothing in this world that's a fucking great and terrible decision. This is one of the few elections where it's almost painfully obvious to a lot of people which one is the better option. And motherfuckers are acting like, oh, well, this is a shitty situation because they're both bad. We deal with those types of situations all the fucking time in life, but oh, well, that's fucking fine. That's fucking fine. You can't walk away from that decision, can you, motherfucker? You can't run from, well, if I gotta choose between McDonald's and Kroger's, which do I pick? They're both shitty jobs. They both got shitty pay. They're both in inconvenient locations. There's nothing really beneficial about either of them, but they're both jobs at hiring and jobs I could probably get. But you gotta take and you have to pick the lesser of two evils. And you'll do that because you need fucking money, but you won't do this. Even though this can potentially decide the fate of our country for the next 4 fucking years, and everyone's in the back like, well, they're both shit, so fuck it. It's that fucking disconnect, son. It just pisses me the fuck off because you wanna get on Twitter and get on your motherfucking high horse about how you shouldn't vote for either of them, and you ain't doing shit. You ain't doing shit. You ain't even looking objectively at the situation and going, hey, look, everybody has to pick between two shitty situations all the motherfucking time. A shitty situation for a lot of people is getting up in the morning and going to work, or getting up in the morning and going to a temp agency. They're both shitty fucking situations because motherfuckers, some people, no one wants to fucking work a job 90% of the time. You work a job because you need to get paid. That's the reason why you work a fucking job. Most of the time you want to take that, you just want the fucking money. We're always picking between the lesser of two evils, but for some motherfucking reason, when it comes to the goddamn election, one of the things that's very fucking important about how things are going to be run for the next 4 fucking years, it's all ass anyway. Fuck, bruh. I'm fucking done. I'm fucking done. Just wanted to get that shit out. Just shut the fuck up. That's my response. If you want to sit there and talk all this dumb shit, shut the fuck up and not vote. And I better not hear a motherfucking word out of you when we decide who runs the country. Because if you were a motherfucker who said, oh, well, I'm not voting for either one of them because they're both bad, and then fucking complained about who won the election, eat a dick. Eat a fucking dick. Eat a bag of fucking dicks. Alright, I'm done. Lost again for your boy Terrell. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.